Welcome to the Integrated Leader Podcast. I'm Lauren Marie, and this week we're diving into a critical leadership theme, leading with intention, thriving in high-stakes seasons. Too often, leaders accept stress and chaos as the price of success. We assume that certain times of the year, whether it's tax season, end of quarter sales, or major project deadlines, have to be overwhelming. We tell ourselves this is just how it is, or it'll slow down eventually. But here's the truth. High-performing leaders and teams don't just survive their busiest times, they design their work so they don't become overwhelmed in the first place. This week, I want to help redefine what it means to lead under pressure. And we're going to explore a different strategy each day of the week for taking control of your time, balancing responsiveness with deep work, anticipating problems before they happen, and setting clear expectations for your team so that you make sure that high-stakes seasons are as productive as possible and not chaotic. Today, we're starting with the biggest myth of all, that busy seasons have to be a mess. Why do we accept chaos as normal? Let's be honest. Most busy seasons aren't overwhelming because of the work itself. They feel overwhelming because we don't plan for them. Instead of setting up systems, many teams just react, hoping they'll have time to get everything done. Cal Newport, author of Deep Work, has studied top-performing professionals and found that the most effective teams actually work fewer hours, but with more structure, focus, and efficiency. They are intentionally productive, not accidentally busy. I'm going to repeat that. They are intentionally productive, not accidentally busy. High-performing leaders don't just ask, how do we get through this? They say, how do we make this season predictable, sustainable, and repeatable? Think of your workday like a football game. You have two types of plays. We have offense and we have defense. Offense, I like to think of as deep work. This is when you are strategizing, problem solving, and creating. These are the focused hours that move the business forward. Where we have defense, where there's responsiveness. And this is when you are responding to incoming emails, answering questions from maybe clients or internal clients, and putting out fires. This is necessary, but if it takes over your day, you'll never move the ball forward. So the best leaders intentionally balance both. Too much offense, and you might miss important needs from your team and clients, but too much defense, and you'll never make meaningful progress. The key is to be deliberate about when and how you use both. Here are 3 principles to keep in mind when we are working in a high-stakes season. 1, I want you to expand your definition of success past the deadline. Too many of us get focused on just getting through it. Instead, I want us to ask, what do we want our workdays to look like? And how do we want to feel when we get to the finish line? Because our journey as a team is going to continue. Let's think about how we want to finish well and move forward together. So define success in a way that includes clarity, efficiency, and balance past the deadline. 2, protect time for deep work or your offensive play. Research shows that multitasking reduces efficiency by up to 40%. So block out your offense before defense fills up your day. And then 3rd, anticipate, don't just react. Strong leaders train their teams to ask, what could slow us down and how can we get ahead of it? Planning ahead turns problems into minor adjustments instead of full-blown emergencies. Here's your challenge for today. Take 5 minutes and look at your calendar. I want you to ask yourself these 3 questions. When in my day am I playing offense? When am I focused on strategic deep work? When am I playing defense? When will I respond to requests and put out the fires? And 3, how can I be more intentional about balancing the two? The teams that master this don't just survive busy season, they redefine how work gets done. That's it for today's episode of the Integrated Leader Podcast. Tomorrow, we're tackling one of the biggest leadership struggles, how to set boundaries and stay responsive without losing focus. If you feel like your entire day is spent reacting to emails, Slack messages, and last-minute requests, you won't want to miss it. If today's episode was helpful, share it with a fellow leader who needs to hear it. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you tomorrow.